Dion Lewis, our Albany Academy standout, and went to Albany High, and now he's going to the Super Bowl and will be a factor. I have no doubt at some point in that game, Dion Lewis will be a factor. Super Bowl 51, New England and Atlanta, and Dion's mom, Linda, joins us here on Big Board Sports for a few minutes. Linda, Roger Weiland, Zach By, good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
How you doing, all right?
Oh, my God. Cloud nine.
I'll bet. So here's the first question for you, Linda. Who's more nervous for the Super Bowl, you or him?
I am. Easy. He's so calm. He's just doing his job. He's ready. The team's ready. They're ready. I can't believe it.
Are you? I assume you are going, right?
Oh my God. I am going next Thursday.
That's awesome.
And oh my God, I told my son when he called me 2 days ago, he was making the arrangements for myself and my husband, and I was like, "Wow, Dion, like you're doing all of this, you know?" And he was like, "Yup." And he's arranged for our flight out there with the other family members that are going, and we're staying at the hotel right across the street from the team. Yeah, everything's taken care of. We're going to be out there for 4 nights.
That is awesome. And I mean, just looking back, I mean, they didn't utilize him much this past weekend, but you go back to the Houston game, and my goodness, three touchdowns in that game. That was crazy. So who knows what's going to be in store for the Super Bowl, right, Linda?
Exactly. You never know. But the Houston game, when we were watching him, I was like, am I in this stadium or am I back in high school? Because that's what he did in high school.
Yeah.
And I know, Roger, you followed him ever since he was a little boy.
I did.
And those were the highlights that you would see in high school. Those are the highlight reels I have from Pop Warner, from Albany Academy. You know, it's unbelievable.
It really is. And Linda, Pete Irizzo did a column a couple of weeks ago on Dion and talked to some of his, Pop Warner coaches. But at what point did you, as a parent, realize, wow, I got a special kid here. He's got a great chance to be really good in this sport?
When he was 5.
Wow.
And I know a lot of people are like, no. But seriously, when he was 5, he said to me, when I grow up, I want to be a running back in the NFL. So we were like, okay, let's find a little flag football team for him. And so we did, and he did a lot of other sports too. And then by the time he was in 7th grade, in his junior high school yearbook, when he was 8th grade, I guess, graduating, it said, what do you want to do when you grow up? And he said, I want to be a running back in the NFL and to always be able to eat chocolate chip cookies. And I came across that when I started scrapbooking everything, because I realized I just had boxes and boxes of clippings. Back then there wasn't so much the internet. It was like you cut out paper clippings. And I found his yearbook, and I was cracking up laughing, because he knew then too. And it was always something that was always in my mind. Like, I never questioned it. I never questioned it. And it just took off. When he left, when he was in high school, and then when he went to college, and, his first game in college, it was unbelievable to watch thousands and thousands of people cheering him on. And it was just such a proud moment.
Linda, your son and the way that he kind of forecasted that for himself at that young age, that's actually not all that rare. I had that same ambition. So many thousands and millions of others have had that ambition as a youngster, saying, hey, I want to play in the NBA. I want to play in the NFL. I want to be a pro athlete. Was there a singular moment in his later years, when he was in college, or maybe even when he was in high school, that it became, in your mind, I know you said you didn't doubt it, but was there an actual a moment in time where you said, this has a very real chance of becoming a reality?
When Dave Wanstead offered him a Division I scholarship to the University of Pittsburgh on Father's Day.
Wow, that's powerful stuff right there. And Dave Wanstead, great guy, great coach. So yeah, when you go play major Division I football, I think that is a moment, right, Linda, where you go, all right, he's playing a high level, major Division I. We're not talking about any other level. This is a major Division I program here. Now this whole NFL reality thing might actually happen.
Yes. And I crossed my fingers and I had to close my eyes when he was on the field for the first time at Pitt. And because I didn't know what was going to happen to him. Is he strong enough? Is he quick enough? What's going to happen? And right from the first game, the first play, he was Dion. He was the high school Dion. He was the Pop Warner Dion. It was just effortless running, effortless cutting. And what just amazes me is that he's an expert in his vision. You know, Dion can just look and he knows exactly what to do. You know, and when you sit with your kid and he's watching ESPN, you know, every single minute of the day, and you just ask him a question, he can tell you the whole history of any player that's ever played pretty much any sport, but especially football.
Linda,
you know, and he'll sit there and he'll call plays before they even happen.
We're talking to Linda Lewis, the mother of Dion Lewis, our star player here from the Capital Region that has had a really good run here and obviously going to the Super Bowl, chance to win it with the Patriots against the Atlanta Falcons, Super Bowl 51. I see Dion at least once a year, and that's at the Powell breakfast that I've been asked to be the master of ceremonies again this year with Lenny Rakuti and that whole gang. Linda, what is the Powell program meant to your son?
Well, he started Powell when he was probably 9 or 10, and it was a place to go after school to do different community projects. And he was actually recommended by one of his teachers as which she thought he would be a good community member and a good community leader. So teachers around the Capital District recommended certain students to go and form a leadership group. And they did different community events for volunteering around the Capital District. The most memorable, if you were to ask Dion, would be when Lenny made him dress up as a reindeer for the lights in the park.
I have heard that story before.
He was mortified. He came home and I'm like, well, did you have fun volunteering? And he goes, I was a reindeer.
Hey, Linda, was there a moment in the past, I guess I'll open up to whenever, that sticks out more than the rest, where you as a mom puffed your chest out more than ever and said, that's my boy?
I'm proud of all of my children, and I think now, because I always looked at myself as his manager and telling him exactly what to do or what not to do. And, you know, even when he's gone and got tattoos, I threatened to ground him, you know, at times. And this is, you know, as late as last year. But recently, I've looked at myself as my role is transitioning, because he's becoming a young man. He is a young man, but he's becoming a mature individual that I trust his decision making and I trust his instincts. And I'm now no longer his manager. I'm his consultant. And what I'm most proud about with him is that he still calls me to ask me questions.
And that's so awesome that never changes, right? It never
changes.
Nice know,
whether
right?
It's what should I wear on the plane? You know, does you think this color tie will match this color shirt? You know, to something, you know, more serious, you know, in his life. So I'm just so appreciative that we have that relationship and that he feels comfortable enough to come to me with anything and we can have a conversation about it.
That's awesome. Hey, Linda, we appreciate a few minutes here on Big Board Sports. I may reach back out to you for some TV pub before you hop on that plane and get out of here. You say you're leaving next Thursday?
Probably next Wednesday, because we're leaving out of the Boston area.
Okay. I'll try to track you down, but tell Dion that we ask about him, and maybe we'll try and track him down. I guess we've been given free rein to track down players because they're not really setting anything up, but we'll we'll try to reach out. But it's an awesome thing, and we've enjoyed covering him. I have for so many years. It's great to see him get the spotlight here, and hopefully the Patriots get a Super Bowl win for Dion.
That would be great. And I so appreciate your coverage of him, because I think it's great for the community of Albany to now have players coming out, not just him, but all of the other people that are coming out of this area that are professional athletes. It's just wonderful. Well,
it makes it a lot of fun. He's a great young man, and it's been our pleasure for sure, and more stories coming up. Linda, thanks for a few minutes on Big Board Sports.
Have a great day.